Yeah, and I think just to answer your question there on what is a good return on investment for student accommodation. So I think through my experience, I've spoken to many investors about this, and there's not one set figure that you can say, yeah, that's what the ROI should be. What I would say though, when you're doing your projection, as you all know, there's risk with student accommodation. For example, you might have a projection of, cool, I'm going to get paid 10 months of the 12, so 12 months worth of expenses, but 10 months worth of income. And it might be that you're targeting, year one students. Now, your projection might be above 20% ROI, and maybe and hopefully you factor in some voids, because remember, you may fill the property in February, but you may find that these students find better accommodation at a cheaper rate somewhere else, and they decide to move out and they go. And now all of a sudden you have a gap, 1 gap, 2 gaps, 3 gaps, and you struggle to fill those rooms. That can affect your ROI straight away. So for me, I personally wouldn't do student accommodation if the ROI was below 20% because of the risk versus reward. As soon as we start talking student accommodation, multi-lets, and the strategy is a bit more advanced or complex, it's great. You need to learn how to manage that. But remember, it also comes with risks. And because of risks, that ROI needs to be higher. So my personal opinion, if that ROI was coming in at 10%, 50%, I just wouldn't do it. It's not worth it. It's got to be above that 20%. If you can be getting 22, 25, somewhere around there to factor in what happens if I have more voids, what happens if I've under budgeted on maintenance. So you do need to be very conservative with your numbers. For example, with NASFES, you as a landlord are now paying electricity, gas, water, security. There could be a caretaker on site. What about the communal gardens? General day-to-day maintenance. What happens if your geyser goes under? This is also, we're going to make sure you have the right buildings insurance as well as contents insurance on your properties. If you're stuck with that, speak to us. We've got some really good power team members that can assist you with that. So just remember, risk versus reward. Student accommodations are higher risk. It's a higher risk strategy. It's a bit more complex. However, the reward can be very good. So you just need to make sure that you've done courses like the student accommodation course where you really understand the mechanics of it. Because we see it all the time. People that jump into student accommodation that haven't done it before, they think they know what they're doing. Unfortunately, they lose money because they just don't know how to manage it and how to run their numbers. But of course, we can help you with that if you need. Speak to you soon.